Operaatune FM 106.3.
The party station.
Ask for more.
Operaatune FM láyé fẹ́ máa gbọ́. Operaatune FM lábẹ́òkúta. Wọ́n dá Operaatune FM 106.3. Operaatune FM ẹ máa gbèrò.
It's never a time to ask for more on Operaatune FM. We are poised to give you more than your expectations in music, live programs, fun time, and even more as we educate, inform, and entertain you. There's something more for everyone. Operaatune FM. Ask for more.
FM 106.3.
The party station.
Ask for more.
It's never a time to ask for more on Operaatune FM. We are poised to give you more than your expectations in music, live programs, fun time, and even more as we educate, inform, and entertain you. There's something more for everyone. Operaatune FM. Ask for more.
Operaatune FM. Operaatune FM. Operaatune FM 106.3. 106.3.
Party Station.
Ask for more.
5. And I mean, when you hear this tune, like I said the last time, just know it's sport update on Operaatune FM 106.3 and of course Operaatune TV. My name is Akombi James Olumide, and I'm here once again alongside my colleague, my co-pilot in the person of
my name is Ebere Oji, and I'm excited to be here once again. Today is the 29th day in the month of May 2025. We have just 2 more days for May to end, and well, I'm excited. Yesterday went well, and as you can see, I'm putting on a blue jersey. But then, in the course of the show, we'll talk about that. But this is me saying good morning, everyone. Anywhere you're listening from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta.
Yeah, we're in Abeokuta in Ogun State, and that's where everything sporty is happening in Nigeria. We know that the ongoing National Sport Festival is today is the grand finale. Let's just say the sporting events have been we are done with the sporting events, and we have the medals table. We'll reel out the medals table in a bit, and of course, like I said, it's grand finale, it's showtime today. We have to be at the MKO Abiola Stadium to catch the action live. For those who were at the opening ceremony, you will understand the electrifying atmosphere that you would get. Davido was right there, you know, and Asha, and you know, we listened to His Excellency Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, telling us that he won't let out the cat out of the bag, but you just have to be there because he has promised that this is going to be a finale that you can say will be one of its kind, and you know, that's massive. That's a little hint to what to expect later today. So please make your way to the MKO Abiola Stadium and catch. They want to sit in a vantage position where you can see everything, you know, happening live. So that's the update for the National Sport Festival. And of course, we have a guest from one of the sporting events from yesterday, and we'll unveil his name when it's time for him to join the show. Again, you heard Iberi talk about the jersey she's putting on. She's putting on a Chelsea jersey, and they are the current champions of European football. When I say that, yes, it was Spurs' turn last week to celebrate. This week is Chelsea's, and of course we wait for the big one. That's the UEFA Champions League game between PSG and Inter Milan. But last night was about Real Betis and Chelsea, and it was a very dramatic game. I'll sit that to Ebere. She will bring us all the excitement around that game. And of course, there's NBA, OKC. Finally, like we've been saying it, they've won the West Conference Final, and they wait for the winners between the Pacers and the Knicks. And so we have that also on our rundown. Where do we start from? Maybe we quickly go on this short break, and then when we return,
Yeah.
we'll kickstart the show proper.
You're welcome back. You're welcome back. This is Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta. Now we'll start up with why I'm putting on this jersey. But before we start, today is the governor of Ogun State. Today he clocked +1. Today is his birthday. He is 65 years old today. So happy birthday, Prince Dapo Abiodun. Happy birthday. You've done a whole lot in the course of making this event colorful. It's been beautiful. I wish you the very best. He just clocked 65. And Olumide, you said something yesterday that even when you knew him, growing up, he's still the same person. Like, he is so fit. You wouldn't believe he's 65.
65. Wow.
He looks 40 something. Like, he's 65 today. And we want to say happy birthday, sir. I wish you the very, very best in good health, in long life, in prosperity, everything, every good thing in life. We wish you the very, very best. Happy birthday, sir. Now, moving on to the business of what happened yesterday. Yesterday night, in fact, it was Chelsea versus Real Betis, and at the 6th minute, before the 10th minute, Betis scored. It was Isco. Disco, they asked this was 1-0, and in fact, rival fans were like, yes, this is the year of the underdogs. This one, that one. First half ended 1-0 in favor of Real Betis, and when we look at the lineup, there was no James in the lineup for Chelsea. There was no James. There was no James. What's his name? A lot of players that Chelsea, okay, fine, there was no Cole at the beginning of that game. People were like, why will you start a Badashile? And Gusto has not been hit this season, so why start players like that? But then the Italian gaffer said he knows better. Chelsea had the second half. In fact, Chelsea scored 2 goals in 5 minutes. Chelsea scored 2 beautiful goals, and 2 assists came from the same person, Cole Palmer. He made this cross, and it ended. What a game. I know most fans only didn't watch because I watched the game yesterday. It was, in fact, I was jumping up and I was so happy, so excited. This is a side that they've gone under a lot of criticisms. They call them billion-dollar bottle jobs, this one. But at the end of the day, in fact, Caicedo also scored last night. Caicedo scored, Sancho scored, and you have to say, look at the players that Chelsea spent a whole lot getting. The likes of Enzo, the likes of Caicedo. They cost Chelsea over 200 plus as a million, but in the end, they have a trophy to show for it, and it's a good one for them. I am so happy. I know you didn't work, but at least you have a thing to say.
For these guys, I think that finally they are repaying the belief the owners have in them. You look at them, how their season has gone topsy-turvy season. In December they were too playing well, and somehow they just lost that momentum and struggled all the way, but they were able to finish in Champions League space. And it's just only normal that you need to show the world that yes, we're not just it has been spent on this team, putting them together. But one thing that people should also understand, I want our listeners to know that price tag of a player is not controlled by the player, and is not a true reflection of the player's ability. It's business of sport. That's the way the market is. I have a player valuation for a particular price tag. If you value that player for that same amount, what you do is you come get him, because that's my valuation for that player.
Exactly.
So it's not a true reflection of the quality of a player, and so judging teams or players by their price tag is not right. It's not right, because it's not their fault that they have come for that price tag. But I'm happy about the Chelsea team last night, because for Enzo, we know how much they got Enzo for. People talk about it was a World Cup task, and then we saw Caicedo in that struggle. A lot of teams wanted him, so it was more like the highest bidder kind of. Chelsea was able to outbid the rest, and then got him. But they were able to repay that price tag just last night. They both were on the score sheet. They have won their first title with Chelsea, and for that club, they have completed European football now, because they've won everything in sight as regards Europe. And I mean, for Betis, how do you score first and concede four goals in 45 minutes? It speaks to the mentality of the players. And remember that yesterday morning I was talking about this game is not going to be won by the manager. It's about the players who wants it the most, the mentality of the players. And I think that for the Chelsea boys, they've reacted very well. Very well. And maybe it's no surprise also, because when you look at that last game of the season against Nottingham Forest, they fought and they were just they were out there to ensure that they get the result. It was the only momentum, the only reaction I saw, the only mentality I saw in that game was the same thing that was applied last night. Win, win, and win. It doesn't matter. The Chelsea of old, this same set of players, once they go down, it's always difficult to come back. But they scored 4 unreplied goals in the second half.
That's the mentality. A monster mentality. It was a great. In fact, the goals it was as though just score. Like the goals were beautiful goals, very coilers. Like they. Oh no. In fact, they deserved that win. They deserve the win. So kudos to Maresca. And in the course of me doing analysis yesterday, I said the last Italian gaffer Chelsea had, it was Sarri. Sarri came without winning any. He has never won any major trophy. He came in and it was the scoreline he won against Arsenal at Baku. It was the Europa League final. It was 4-1. The same thing happened yesterday. 4-1 for Chelsea. The same another Italian manager that has not won anything with a big team. He came in and Chelsea gave him his very first touch. So it's a good one. It's a good one for Chelsea. I know the banters and everything has been going off and on, but then everybody's excited. Everybody is excited. So kudos. The Club World Cup is coming up very soon in the month of June. Let's see what happens. Of course, Chelsea will be participating in that competition. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. Maresca said there'll be 10 days break before they return back in preparation. Before they return in preparation for the Club World Cup competition or tournament. Congratulations once again, Chelsea. Now, moving on, since we already started from the foreign scene, it is Roland Garros has started so far, and there was this game Olympic you talked about. It was Iga Swiatek and Radagu, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Emma Raducanu.
Okay, Raducanu, yes.
Emma Raducanu. Iga Swiatek.
Iga Swiatek. Now, the thing is, Iga Swiatek finally won. Yeah, she won. She won on straight set. And this is a tough she always thrives in. So I'm not surprised. Like Iga Swiatek, she is the reigning champion. She won the French Open last year, and she has said, okay, fine, this is I want to go the mile. She won against Raducanu 6-1, 6-2 to reach the third round of the Roland Garros. It's a good one for her. Zabalenka as well won. Coco Gauff will be playing today. But in all of this, let's see what happens, because I know this is more like the preparatory stage. Once we get to the maybe round of 16, we'll then know it's gonna be big. The big shots are being against each other. For now, they are cancelling out each other as in the minions or those that are not ripped. Though this person Iga Swiatek met, as in she played against Emma. She's not a small fry. But she was able to cancel her out, and she's out. She has been eliminated. You want to say a thing or two?
Well, for Iga Swiatek, defeating Emma, it's good for her. But Emma is not also one of the biggest players when it comes to the WTA singles. in the tennis world. But it's good for her that she won. She's coasting home, cruising gradually. Like you said, this is her favorite turf. She knows exactly what to do and how to go about it, and I think that was a big statement right there. 6-1, 6-2. That means Emma was only able to win 3 games, and that's a very, very emphatic statement right there. Oins Jabbar, I know, is out. People will talk about Oins that she's not also one of the big players in there, but we saw that for Coco Golf, she's going Djokovic. Let's see how far these guys can go. But like Iberi mentioned, it's 3rd round, and then gradually the intensity of the tournament will start to get there, where you start to see the big boys and some of the pretenders go against each other. It's what is the excitement of the Roland Garros, talking about the French Open, the 2nd Grand Slam for the year, where sometimes you get to see upset. I've seen, like I said yesterday, for the women is best of 3, for the guys is best of 5, and I've been seeing a lot of 4 sets, 5 sets. There are very few sets that ended in straight set. Talking about just best of 3, because best of 5, once a player is able to wins the first 3 games, is already over. So a lot of these players are being stretched, but plenty of tennis again for you today. You can look out for it if you love tennis. That's that about that. You could join us. We are streaming live on Operaatune TV. We are live on social media, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Operaatune TV. We are streaming live. And for those that have their frequency modulation, their radios close by, it is Operaatune 106.3. Operaatune 106.3 FM. Yes. And for our call lines, because I feel you want to call up, call us. Yes, especially maybe the Chelsea fans that want to say it. How do you feel?
Or 2, how do you feel being a champion once again after 3 seasons, after 3 years? 07011253825. 07011253825. Yeah, you could call us. Like I said, you could join us on our social media platforms or handles. Operaatune TV. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, IG. IG, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I wanted to say YouTube and YouTube. We're also live on Strong Cable, so you could check Operaatune TV on Strong. Yes, and our frequency modulation, our radios, it's Operaatune FM 106.3.
Follow us on all our socials. Like, share, and comment, also subscribe.
Yes, and subscribe. Yes, it is necessary.
And like a very real, that 071-125-3825. That's the call line to join us live. So
the NBA, Olumide, you did say something. The OKC Thunders are through to the NBA finals, like they've won the West.
Oklahoma City Thunders, they've won the conference finals for the West. They've defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, for all the good job that they have done from the regular season all the way to the playoffs, first one, the second series, and then this series is come to an end, because for OKC, they've been a level above Timberwolves, and that series ended 4-1. And so you can see the golfing gap between these two sides, that they couldn't just handle OKC, and you will know why when you have the MVP, playing on that team. Talking about Shea Alexander, Gilgeous. I mean, when you have a player like that that is on fire, he's been unplayable this season, you will know why the OKC are in the finals. They wait for the winners between the Pacers and the Knicks. That series is 3-1 on its head. Is it going to end in game 5 also between them? We'll wait and see. By tomorrow morning, things will be clear. We'll know the 2 finalists and know who the ring fits. But for the West, the champions for the West are the OKC, and we'll wait for the champions of the East between the Pacers and the Knicks. They play in the early hours of tomorrow, and like I said, by this time tomorrow, it's going to be clear who the 2 finalists will be, and then who the ring will fit.
All right, we'll go on a short break. When we return, it's going to be the local scene. We've got a lot to talk about. Yesterday, the Super Eagles played against, it was a Jollof derby against Ghana in the Unity Cup, and we sent them to the cleaners. But when we return, don't touch that. When we return, it's going to be business. Thank you.
All right, we're back in the studios, Operaatune FM at 106.3 Abeokuta, Ogun State, and of course, Operaatune TV, where you can watch us live. My name is Akombi James Olumide, and I have Ebere Oji also here. You can connect via our different platforms. Opera TV on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and of course we are on TikTok. We're also on Strong. So how to connect with us: subscribe, follow, like, share, comment. Opera TV.
Yeah, I said something about the Super Eagles yesterday. There was the game. We all call it the what's it called, the Jollof Derby. Yes, because they say we find that Ghana has the best jollof rice. Nigeria says no, it's Nigerian jollof rice that's best. Now yesterday, I won't say they played for jollof rice anyway. It was, but we call them the Jollof Derby. It was the Unity Cup played at Brentford's home turf community, the GTEC Stadium, or GTEC Community Stadium in the city of Brentford in the UK. It's a Unity Cup. A lot of countries came together rather to play this competition. And yesterday Nigeria had to play against Ghana. That game ended 2-1 in favor of Nigeria. Cyril Dessers was on the score sheet, and I asked, I remember when they called him, when our manager came in, our new manager came in, Eric Chell. He didn't call this guy to come and play in the competition. The ones that I'm not saying this is not relevant, but then we had FIFA World Cup games, as in qualifier games. This is a guy that plays for Rangers, and he has scored over 18 goals before those games that Nigeria played. He was not called upon. Imagine we had somebody like that coming in, probably playing against Zimbabwe, coming in, immediately subbed out Osimhen, and he came in. I feel he would have scored a goal. But then I'm not trying to say those ones are ifs and buts. It's in the past. Presently, Nigeria won against Ghana. It ended 2-1. There was an own goal scored yesterday, as in from where it was 2-1. Yes, the one that they had was an own goal. But then again, it's a good one. We won against Ghana. Olumide, what do you think? Because I feel it's a step in the right direction for us.
Good for the Super Eagles that they won, but hey, every time we've played Ghana in a friendly or in a tournament like this Unity Cup, like you said, we always defeat them. Remember the last time we played also, when Finidi George was in charge of the team. It was the same thing. We defeated Ghana at the time. So I think that these days, maybe we shouldn't be playing the Ghanaians anymore.
Because they have been
the Jollof Derby thing that you said to us. We're a level above them. There is no competition anymore.
No
Please give us the likes of Morocco, Senegal,
Algeria,
Egypt.
Those are the kind of
let's test our might against strong. But it's a good one. I commend the NFF. I commend Eric Chell for how he has set up that team, giving players opportunity to showcase and be on the team. And I mean, Desert has made a statement again, telling us that all that happened in this season wasn't just a one-off. That really is high up there. So I mean, we need to start looking out for other deputies, just in case you have, your players, your top players out, the likes of Victor Osimhen, the likes of Alex Iwobi, Wilfred Ndidi, Ademola Lookman. You have to be sure that the squad is rich enough, in terms of squad depth. And that was one of the things that we saw in that game last night. We wait to see, because we know the World Cup qualifiers are going to resume also very soon. And so we need to put our team in proper shape, in terms of understanding chemistry, identity, shape, interpretation. All of these things must come together. And so it's a good start for them. We'll wait and see where they go in their next fixture.
Yeah, it's a good one. I love the fact that Eric Chell had a blend of both the foreign-based players and the homegrown team. Bringing them all together. It's not the same thing that happened, or that it's going to happen with the Super Falcons. There's a game coming up on the 31st of this month. It's a friendly against Cameroon, and it's going to be played at Ikene at Remo Stars Stadium. Now, out of the 23 players that are going to participate, we have 9 of them are home-based. Like, it's a good one. I feel this is the time has come whereby we tend to see both the home-based and the foreign-based coming together, because I feel they would do a whole lot as a team. It's one nation, for crying out loud. It's one nation.
I like what is happening with the inclusion of the homegrown talent.
Yes.
And that's down to the fact that when you look at, for people who follow the league, back home. I'm talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League, the Nigerian Women's Football League, talking about the Nigerian National League, and of course you have to mention the NLO also.
Exactly.
If you watch the league like we do, week in, week out, we have quality in our league. You need to see the sheer amount of goals scored and the manner, the technique, the build up to these goals. We were here 2 days ago. We're talking about yesterday morning about the final that we saw, even at the current ongoing National Sports Festival. Yeah. The final was a befitting one. It was a good testament to what we have in Nigeria here, talking about talents and abilities in terms of application. And so I love the fact that for the Super Falcons, we're having inclusion of homegrown. Let them come here and compete and fight.
Yes,
let players earn their stay in the national team on merit. It has to be on merit.
Exactly.
Not because you're playing in Spain or Italy or Germany or England. No. If you are playing here in Nigeria and you are good enough, be in the team.
Yes.
And how best can that application come is by getting invitations like this, and you have to justify your place on the team.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Bolaji Olamide. She's the best.
Top
scorer. 15 goals in 19 games, and she was called upon, for the Super Falcons. So everyone was excited.
And she played for a side, the Remo Stars ladies.
Yeah.
Their debut season. So it's not like she's playing in a team that maybe has been. It shows that there's quality.
Yes, exactly. So I wish them the very best. I wish Super Eagles. It would be nice to actually finally clinch that ticket to go to the FIFA World Cup. But their wishes are, it's not, we don't play football by bare saying it. It's been done on the pitch. I hopefully we see positive results, just like we had yesterday. We see them on the pitch. Now moving forward, a lot of games, like Olumide said, it's finally coming to an end today. Like everything yesterday at the stadium, we had people trying to arrange things, and setting up the stage for the finale. For the grand finale. The first when the opening ceremony, we had big stars like Asha, we had Davido. Now we don't know who is coming up next. We don't know who will be seen on the podium.
Maybe it's Burna Boy.
Probably Burna Boy today. But then we would call someone that he won the poll vote. That his name is Jackpo. Yeah, but then before we call him, we want to reel out the winning. Now they are still topping the chart with they've gotten over 98 gold. Like it's been gold all through. 98 gold, 66 silver, 80 bronze. They have over 244. In fact, they are the winners. There's no one is trying to drag. Nobody is dragging this with them. The second on the podium is Bayelsa on second place with 69 gold. Yes, Ogun are still on third place, which is it's a good one for them with 59 gold. And Rivers are on fourth place with 54 gold. We have Edo on fifth place with 49 gold. Oyo are on sixth place with 31 gold. Lagos still remain or maintain seventh place. Yesterday they had just 21 gold, but now they've added 2 more gold to their rack. Now they have 23 gold. FCT are on 8th place with 13 gold. Osun are on 9th place with 13 gold. Abia are on 10th place with 10 gold. So it's a good one. And before we had said it was just 30 states that already had a medal, but now we have over 36 states getting medals. So it's a good one. We just have 2 more Two, of course, is 38. If you're adding FCT and also the IJA, that is the invited junior athletes, making it 38, right? Right now, 36 out of the 38 have racked up at least one medal. We have the likes of Taraba, Adamawa, Ebonyi, Kebbi, Kogi, and Sokoto. It's a good one. What do you think, Olumide?
Yeah, I mean, I think that for the National Sport Festival, this is our own Olympics, and we've seen a lot of talent. It speaks to the talent pool that we have in Nigeria. You know, the National Sport Festival is not a place where you come and discover talent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a place where the talents that sports now, you know, you bring them forth to showcase what is happening in as regards sports in that particular state. And I think that when you have 38, is a testament to the talent pool in Nigeria. My biggest interest or biggest joy in all of this is the invited junior athlete. That is the future of sports in Nigeria, and it cuts across all sports. We saw them in football, and we've seen them in other sporting events, and we've seen them pick a couple of medals.
They're on 18th. They're on 18th. Yes, they're on 18th.
Yeah, they're 18th, and you know, like I said, that's the future of Nigerian sport. We already have them in bunch right there. All we have to do is, you know, keep encouraging them, exposing them, and, you know, giving them platforms like the National Sport Festival. Also, you know, facilities that we have experienced in this ongoing National Sports Festival, and like I said, I'm excited, I'm happy about that group, the invited junior athletes. But in total, what I've seen, it's about the talent pool this speaks to in terms of medals won. And for the Niger Delta teams, I think that one thing that other states you also, you know, draw from what they have done is they just concluded the Niger Delta festival.
Yes,
and they've carried that spirit, that
energy, that vibe.
So I think that for the different regions, maybe we need to borrow a leaf from that. Time to time, have something put together
within your region.
Let the talent pool come together, compete. And then when you come for events like this, you have the best of the very best.
Yes, exactly.
Competing. That's what we have seen.
They'll not be much rusty. They'll be very, very active.
Fit. You know, they are ready, and you know, they just need to just hit the ground running. But in total, it's been a very, very exciting, electrifying an event. Colorful, very, very colorful.
Very, very colorful,
and I love the spirit of the tournament. It's been a very, very great one. Like Iberi has said on this platform, the Ogun State people are very hospitable people.
I've enjoyed their meal. I've enjoyed the hospitality. Like, they are not hostile. They are not hostile people. So I suggest for those looking for a vacation spots, this is a place. They've got a very good, like, a conducive environment. It's nice. Like, a lot of, you know, choice areas you could actually go with your family, your friends, your loved ones, you know, to see things, see the kind of mountain. You know, there are a lot of hills, beautiful places here. You can come and, you know, chill. There's no traffic, unlike for those that stay, you know, in a certain place in the west. There's no traffic here, so the roads are free. I don't think you want to be stuck in traffic for, like, you know now. So please, this is a place I would actually suggest you come and, you know, chill out with your friends and your loved ones. You could still call us. We're expecting your calls. Call us on 070-1125-3825. Tell us what you experienced so far in this. The ongoing course is wrapping up today. We want to hear from you. What you think? How has it been for you? Which of the games did you watch? Which of the games did you say, okay, fine, this is it for me? This is something that I watched the previous one held in Delta State and this one. Can you compare both the last two editions? Which has been better for you? We want to hear your opinion.
And I hope Enugu, I hope they are ready.
They are ready. They are ready. Host. Yes, they are the next host. Yes.
I hope they are ready.
And it's happening next year. You know, they want to try as much as possible to normalize. Normally, it's a 2-year event.
2 years,
but now, because of the COVID and everything, they have to jump pack everything. But now, from next year, once Enugu hosts there, it will be the next host will be in 2028. That everything will become normalized because it's every 2 years. So it is Enugu next after this one. I hope the southeastern region that you guys are ready to play. I beg no follow our hand. So 07011253825. You could follow us on Strong. You could follow us or watch us on Strong cable. Operaatune TV. You could also join us on our social media platforms on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Facebook. It is Operaatune TV. We are streaming live.
Subscribe,
drop comments, share, like. Tell a friend to tell a friend that something big, something huge is happening here live on Operaatune 106.3 FM or Operaatune TV. Yes, we are also on TV and radio. So tell a friend to tell a friend that something huge is happening live on this channel. Thank you. 07011253825. A short music break, and when we return, it's there's a call we're gonna make. Is the winner of the poll vote that happened yesterday. Don't touch that dial. Thank you. Good morning, Toma. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, you can. Okay. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. Please, can you tell us your full name, please?
All right, my name is Jabotoma.
Okay, Jabotoma, you're welcome to the show. This is Operaatune 106.3 FM. You are live. A whole lot, in fact, the whole world is listening to you now.
All right, I'm from Delta State.
Okay, you're from Delta State. All right. Okay, which state did you compete with? Like, which of the states did you compete from, please?
Oyo State.
Okay, you represented Team Oyo.
Hello?
Yeah, you represented Team Oyo. We can hear you, Toma. We can hear you. Hello, Toma. We can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, so you represented Team Oyo.
Yes, ma'am. Represented Oyo State.
Okay, now we want to ask you, when exactly did you start poll voting? When did you start? What year did you start this sport? Can you hear me now? Can you hear us now? Yes, can you hear? Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, can you hear us now? Hello? Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, Toma.
But we
can you hear me? We can
Toma.
hear you. Just talk. We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear
we
you,
can
Toma.
hear you. Toma, we can hear you. Okay. When did you start poll voting? What year did you start poll voting?
Like, how did poll voting start for you?
Yes.
Come again.
How did poll voting start for you?
Can you hear me very well, sir?
How did poll voting? When did you start the sport? When did you start the sport? How did it start for you? When did you start the sport?
All right. 2012.
Oh wow, 2012. That's a long time.
Can you tell us the story? How did you get into it?
Hello.
Okay, can you tell us the story behind it? How did you get into it? How did you start?
Can hear you.
Yes, how did you start in 2012? How did you start poll voting? Can you tell us the story behind it?
Come again.
Can you tell us the story behind yours? As in, how did you start poll voting in 2012?
Okay. Actually, my main event is 400 meters.
Oh, okay, track you. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, actually, my main event is 400 meters, but when I found my coach now converted me to a poll voter, so since then I've been training for it.
Okay.
So after then, we went to competition and won gold also.
Wow.
I've been training for poll voter, I always won gold, yeah.
Wow. So when was the last time you won gold outside yesterday? Which other competition did you participate in?
The one at our Fundamental Sports Festival.
Okay, the last Delta Festival. Wow, you won gold there too, right?
Yes, I competed.
Okay, what category did you participate in those gold? The ones you won gold. What category?
My senior.
Okay, senior category.
Yes, senior category, yes.
Okay, like they tend to call it 4 point something meters, 3 point something. So which of them? That's what we're asking.
Okay, that is 370.
Okay, 370 meter.
377.
377. Wow.
370.
Oh wow, that's nice. So, okay, now in this competition, what have you learned so far? Because I believe there are so many people that started the competition with you, but in the end, you were the only man standing. We noticed yesterday you are trying to create another record and all that. So, what have you learned so far in the course of this competition, Toma? Go on.
I learned many things in this competition.
Okay.
I learned many things like my own event. There are some things that I cannot be able to do before, but since I came here for this tournament, I think I learned a lot of how to go up the bar, how to lift the bar, then you talk face the other, then you lift the pole without fall to the floor.
Okay.
I learned many things from this competition.
Oh wow, nice one. So what is next for Toma? After this competition, after the National Sports Festival in Ogun State, what? Okay, when is that happening? When is it happening? When is the trials? When is it happening in Edo State? What time? When? Which year? Which month rather?
July. This is July.
Okay, July. Wow.
July 31st to August 2nd.
Oh, July 31st to August 2nd. So national trials, right? Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
July 31st to August 2nd. That's the next competition.
Wow. All right, no problem. Thank you so much.
So Toma, before you leave, how do you feel about winning the gold medal yesterday? Because this National Sports Festival is more like our own Olympics.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be the gold medalist for pole vault?
How do you feel being the gold medal, as in winning gold yesterday for pole vault? This is more like our own Olympics. How do you feel?
I'm very happy.
Okay.
Much happy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Very happy. Even yesterday, I could not believe what happened because the crowd was so much.
Yeah, the support.
Even some people that dirty money that the other Plateau State boy will beat me. So, but because it is running, I gave my dress. So, to say everything yesterday, the whole of everything. No one that the Bible said that the love shall become the first. So, I'm happy.
And so, okay. Toma, lastly, before we let you go, I'd like to ask you, so what is the objective? Like, what do you hope to achieve in pole vaults in the nearest future?
I can't hear you very well, sir.
Okay, what do you hope to achieve what is your objective? Because of course you said you're going for trials in Edo and all the national trials. So what do you hope to achieve? Like, what's your focal goal to achieve in pole vaults?
Okay, for the next competition that's coming.
And other competitions, what do you hope? Because I feel
as a Nigerian,
exactly. What do you hope to achieve?
I hope to do better. All right, I hope to do better.
Okay.
Then to get a quality time that will make me to travel out of Nigeria. That is my expectation. Oh,
okay. I wish you the very, very best. Thank you so much, Jack. It's you. Thank you so much. You've done well. You've done your the two states you support or you affiliate with, you've done them noble. Congratulations once again, and we wish you the very, very best. This is Operaatune 106.3 FM, and I believe the whole world has heard you. All the best, Toma. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Yeah. Yeah, the voice you heard was that of Jack Toma. He is from Delta State, but he competed. Yeah, he competed for Team Oyo, and we had the stadium yesterday. It was nice, but the crowd was like, keep going. Even after he won gold. I love the fact that he kept trying to, he was able to get to the apex of everything, but he wanted to still create. Another, like, create his own record, another record.
A national record.
A national record
for him.
For himself, and that's nice.
Yeah, I love his spirit, wanting to do more, knowing, trusting, and believing in his own abilities. It's not always very easy for someone who is doing sprints to now doing that, but it shows how resilient and how much of belief he's got. And maybe a big massive shout out to his coach also for
believing in him,
picking out that, because it's not everybody that is able to see sometimes the abilities hidden that you don't know you have, but you need somebody who can discover that and give you that push. And today now he's won back-to-back gold medal, Niger Delta gold medalist, and I think Gapo is a perfect representation.
Since the time would say okay, would have to wrap it on our social media platforms on Facebook, TikTok is
on our different platforms. You can watch the closing ceremony live.
Exactly.
Live, just in case you cannot get to the stadium, because like I said, the stadium is going to be jam-packed. If you cannot make your way to the stadium, please join us via our different streaming platforms on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and of course TikTok. Is just Operaatune TV. Very easy. Operaatune TV.
Together as one word.
As one word, and then you can find us there. You see the icon there. You see the icon. There's this mic icon with inserted in like a box like shape.
Inserted in the O.
So in the O. So that's how it is. Very easy to find us. Please, like a bear said, I'm going to emphasize again: share, like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend about Operaatune TV, and of course 106.3 FM. Until I the next time I'll be here, like I said, stay sporty.
Yeah, that's Olumide, and my name remains Ebere Oji. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you very much for everything. I know people didn't call him, but I feel they've been listening to us. Thank you so much. And this is me saying, enjoy the rest of your day, and it's bye-bye.